Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got some additional special features content for you today. I have realized that I missed out two bonus parts. This is special feature, special edition, director's cut. We're going to do some stuff on ratios and roots as well. This was always in the lesson plan. I just didn't add it to this little tree diagram that I do for you guys. Let me know if you find this thing useful because I don't actually know if you need that. I just do it for you guys. Now, ratio. What I'm going to look at is vectors, specifically how we can split them into ratios and how we can look at different roots when we're going down. We've done the basic roots. Maybe you're going to look at slightly more exciting roots. What I want you to do now is pause the video and do all 5 questions. Your target is to get 100%. Don't make any silly mistakes with signs or with fractions. So pause the video and then I'll go through these. It's absolutely crucial that you do not make any silly mistakes on any of these 5 questions because this is going to form a very important part. You can probably figure out how it relates to ratios because you've got the A's and the B's and the brackets. You need to be very, very accurate with this. So take as long as you need, but it should take you about less than 5 minutes to do it. So pause the video. Okay, so I'm now going to go through the answers with you. So the first one is just expanding the bracket. So you get 2a plus 2b plus b. There's your answer there, 2a plus 3b. In this case, you're expanding again, but just with a few negatives. So you got negative half b plus b. So then you get half a plus half b. Here, again, it's actually arguably simpler than the first two. The second one at least. A plus half b, which is 1.5 a plus half b. Now, if you wrote 1.5, that's fine. 3/2 is also fine. Question 4, negative 2a, and then you get plus 4b. So negative 2 times negative 2b is positive 4b. And then the last one, 1/3 a plus 2/3 b minus b, and then you got 2/3, take away 1, so you end up with 1/3 a minus 1/3 b. Give yourself a mark out of 5, and then when you upload the work, just put a little sign of what you got. If you got 5 out of 5, and then maybe you can just do a little smiley face. Okay. Now, ratios. You know ratios are fairly straightforward. What you'll notice here is I've split a bar into specific ratios. However, where we're going to relate the ratios to fractions. I just realized I had the answers on the screen there. Okay, right. So in this case, you can see a ratio of the bar from blue to orange is 1:1. The question is asking you to work out the fraction of the bar which is blue and the fraction which is orange. So when you think about a ratio, well, this means that it's 1/2 and 1/2. That's fairly straightforward. In the second question, 1 part is blue and 2 parts are orange. The common mistake here when we're looking for the fraction is people say, well, that must be 1/2 because they see the ratio and they think it's 1/2 blue. Obviously, it's not. It's going to be 1/3 and 2/3. And then the final question here, again, common mistake, people put 3/4 just in a rush, and it should be 3/7 and 4/7. So this should always add up to 1. And right, so combining a few of those things together, we can see that we have a vector z is given by a, b. So that's this whole thing here is vector z. Find the following vectors given the specified ratio. So we're going to use the same bar, but the ratio will change for each question. So I'll do question 1 with you, and then you can do them carefully by yourself. So AP to PB is 1:1. So it doesn't look like it on the diagram, but you're told it is 1:1. So it's not drawn accurately. That's fine. That means this is this means 1/2, and this is 1/2. So the vector AP is half of AB, half of Z, or half of AB as well. That would also be correct. So I'll just write that as well. So half AB But the questions ask you to give it in terms, well, it doesn't ask you actually, so you can do both for this exercise. Now, BP, so this time we're going back from B to P. So we're not going the whole way back, we're going halfway back and in the wrong direction or the opposite direction. So it's going to be negative half Z or negative half B A, because it's half of BA that we want. Okay, pause the video, have a go with just this bit. Okay, so I'm going to go through the answers. Looking at the first thing you do whenever you're given a ratio in any vectors question is you write the fraction out on your diagram. So in this case, this is one part, this is 2 parts, but it's actually 1 out of 3 parts, and this is 2 out of 3 parts. So we want to figure out AP. So we're going from A to P. Well, that's going to be 1/3 of Z. And to go from B to P is going to be negative 2/3 of Z, or negative 2/3 of BA. Okay, now try the last 2 questions here. So we have AP, which is 1/3, or no, in this case we have a different fraction, so it's going to be 3/7 and 4/7. So 3/7 of Z, or you can also say 3/7 of AB. Or you could go going the other way, it's going to be negative 4/7 of Z, or negative 4/7 of BA. Okay, take a moment to process all of this if you need to, otherwise I'm going to move on to the next bit. Okay, so more questions to practice. Represent the following in terms of A and B. So you've been told this is A and this is B. I'm going to continue this on the next video just to make sure I don't have to re-record the whole thing.